From WNEP, the news station, this is 2024, a look back.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 Look Back in Sports. I'm Newswatch 16 Sports Director Steve Lloyd. It was the summer of Coug Ball for the Misericordia University Cougars baseball team, winning the Division III National Championship back in June. The 10-5 win over Wisconsin Whitewater, giving the university their first national title in school history, finishing with a 44-11 overall record. In high school softball, Blue Mountain won another state championship. That's two now in the last two seasons. This time the 4-0 win over Elizabeth Forward to take the 4A title at Baird Field on the campus of Penn State University. In Class 5A, the Lady Patriots lose in the finals to Thomas Jefferson, but it was Gianna Adams from Pittston area picking up the votes as the pitcher of the year in the state. She finished with an 0.75 career ERA in 4 years in the circle, going 65-8 overall, and ends her career with 806 strikeouts and a state softball championship. Turning to Major League Baseball, Scranton's Jake McCarthy made his way back into the Diamondbacks lineup and put up career numbers for average and hits, and was an MLB Gold Glove finalist out in right field. Courtney Harrison caught up with the former Knight during the season as the D-backs played in Philadelphia.
We've taken Newswatch 16 Sports on the road today in Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Park for the Phillies and the Diamondbacks, where Scranton native Jake McCarthy is in today's lineup.
This three-game series is the first time that the D-backs have been back to Philly since beating them in the NLCS last season. McCarthy is happy for a game close to his hometown, but understands coming here, they may not get as warm of a welcome.
You know, obviously after last year, I feel like the atmosphere has been pretty good after the NLCS last year, but it's always exciting, always good to see family and friends. Family's here. You know, I know where they're sitting, and I always have friends yelling to me in the outfield and stuff. So again, I'm normally playing out west, so it's a nice change up.
In his fifth season with the team, McCarthy has been a steady slugger for the Arizona Diamondbacks with a .288 batting average, 3 home runs, and 18 RBIs so far this season.
Trying to be a complete player, you know, try to have good at-bats, run the bases well, and play good defense. So, you know, nothing really changes, just trying to help the team every day, and you know, I think we're close to back to 500, so you know, as long as I can contribute, I'm happy.
McCarthy isn't the only baseball player from Northeast PA who's passed through Philly this season. Valley View grad Mason Black pitched his MLB debut with the Giants here back in May. McCarthy is proud of the success of so many players from our area making it to the majors in recent years.
I was watching Mason's debut, and you know, obviously Kranick, my brother, Spansberg. I think it's cool when, you know, see, like for me, like see older people do it, and then you want that for yourself, and hopefully we can kind of do that for, you know, guys who are coming up in middle school and high school.
McCarthy says while he loves playing so close to home, he's proud to be a Diamondback and hopes his team has continued success like they did last year, making it to the World Series.
That's a wrap here for now from Citizens Bank Park. Courtney Harrison, Newswatch 16 Sports, Philadelphia.
Noah Powers from Blue Mountain led a talented group of swimmers from across the Commonwealth to state gold. The Eagle Jr. winning the 102A free and joined by Whoopi Kupski from MMI with gold. Dallas diver Brianna Dempsey takes gold in 2A diving, and Kimberly Shannon from Lewisburg brings home a pair of gold medals in the 500 and the other in the 200 IM. Bo Orlando joined Dave Popson, Mike Musina, and Stephanie Jallin as the next group to go into the PA Sports Hall of Fame. Eve Hernandez caught up with the former Berwick Bulldog great on receiving such an honor.
Just going through your career, like when you were living through it, did you ever think you'd end up back here in Berwick at your alma mater?
Absolutely not.
Orlando, 2nd and 13. Scott in the pocket, looking.
Bo Orlando quarterbacked Berwick to a championship in 1983, earning first-team All-State honors. In college, he took his talents to the defense, becoming one of the top safeties West Virginia University has ever had. Orlando was inducted into the Mountaineers Hall of Fame in 2012. 10 interceptions, 301 tackles, and a 10-year NFL career later, Orlando is set to be inducted into the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame later this year.
You know, it's a great accolade, being that Pennsylvania is so rich in football history way back, and the class that's going in. I know some of those guys, and pretty hyped up about it.
Orlando was drafted by the Houston Oilers in the 6th round of the 1989 NFL Draft, in large part due to then defensive backs coach Nick Saban.
When he called me when they drafted me, I just that voice just goes right through you. That Nick. Now he has a lot more personality now than he had way back then. But I had no problem playing for a guy like that, and I actually thrived because Coach Curry. Coach Nealon in college didn't take any bull, so I played for some pretty stellar coaches and pretty disciplinary coaches. So to me, it was nothing to play for Nick.
But the one coach who left the biggest impact was George Curry, one of the winningest coaches in Pennsylvania high school sports history.
I told him, I think when was in my 50s, when I got to spend some time really at the end with him, we would have breakfast with him for, once or twice a week. And, I always said it took me 50-some years, but to realize what you have done, not only for me, for all of our guys, and just like how many guys were successful, period. I'm back here now, I'm the athletic director, and I help coach football, and Burke football has always been very special to me, and give me a chance to get out of town and make Burke proud.
The Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame 2024 induction ceremony takes place Saturday, November 2nd at the Drexel Brook Events Center in Delaware County. Eve Hernandez, Newswatch 16 Sports, Columbia County.
When we come back, we look back at the Rail Rider season and the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins making a coaching change. Plus, girls high school wrestling taking to the mats as a sanctioned PIAA sport for the first time in the history of the state. That and more as we look back at 2024. Hello and welcome back to the 2024 Sports Year Ender. Brenda Banks from Panther Valley captured the first state title for girls wrestling in the state of Pennsylvania on the mats inside the Giant Center in Hershey back in March. As this sport continues to grow, the Wildcats of Western Wayne showed us the way to get things started.
I think it's more so the girls want it. So the girls are going around school, getting other girls to come out that have never tried it before. And those new girls coming out are having a lot of success this year, so which is showing the other girls that want to try it, that haven't yet, it's showing them that anyone could come out and wrestle. So.
Those are the words of Western Wayne head wrestling coach Joshua Harrison. He's been with this program now for 3 years. He started with 3 girl wrestlers. Now he has 17.
It's grown quite a bit over the past 3 years, and to actually have an official girls team now is attracting a lot more girls into it.
So far, the Lady Wildcats took first place at the Jarvis Memorial in Athens, first at the Hanover Area Classic, and second at a tournament at Bethlehem Catholic.
I'm so proud of this team. My whole life, like I said, I was doing sports my whole life, but this is the team that really feels like a family the most, and I couldn't be happier with another team to finish off my school year.
It's nice seeing how much it's growing, and it's making me super happy seeing all the other girls want to join.
I'm really glad that we got our girls team together, and I'm happy that we could have it for my senior year.
Well, there's no team dual wrestling championships this year in the state of Pennsylvania for the girls, but the girls here from Western Wayne, well, they're looking forward to the district competition down at Wilkes-Barre, then on to regionals, and maybe a shot at wrestling in the state championships down at the Giant Center at Hershey.
I would love to wrestle down in Hershey this year. I made states last year and I really enjoyed it, and I would love to do it again.
The Hare brothers from Montgomery, Brant and Connor, won gold at Hershey in boys wrestling. Joining them, Luke Simcox from Central Mountain and Reagan Milheim from Warrior Run. Connor Hare finishing the season 55-0, finishing with 3 state titles in his career, and Brant going 54-0. Other state champions included Nick Warner from Wyoming Seminary picking up the 2A individual golf championship, and Scranton Prep capturing the team title. In tennis, David Lindsay and Addison Lindsay from Central Mountain winning 3A titles there, and Alana Rosenthal winning gold in tennis for Wyoming Seminary. Jonathan Hess from Lewisburg and Claire Dufresne from Warrior Run picked up right where they left off at the District 4 cross-country championships in October and won gold at the PIAA state championships on the course there in Hershey, keeping District 4 at the top of the state once again. The teams from Warrior Run, Nativity, and Midwest took home gold in the relays, while Kate Monkavich, Cameron Pyle, and Samuel Guzman won individual gold at Ship. Here's Jim Coles from day one at the PIAA State Track and Field Championships back in May.
The 1600 is the only track finals event on Friday. Everything else is Saturday. As far as field, it's split up both days. So we're going to have a field day right here at Seth Gross Stadium in Shippensburg. We start with the shot put. Blue Mountains, Rosalind Gergley finishing 7th, 37 feet 11 inches. In the AA discus, Mount Carmel area's Liz Kapitsky gets on the podium with 113 feet even, finishing 8th. Good success in the discus, Jesse Rodino of Marian Catholic with a heave of 156 feet 2 inches. He finishes 4th, right behind Palmerton area's Ryan Nurkett, 159 feet 3 inches, good for silver. The jumping jack out of Palmerton area, Natalie Walters, winning the gold in the long jump, 18 feet 8 3/4 inches. She'll go for the triple jump title on Saturday. The marquee event in our area for the javelin, 3 local guys. Luke Stevanowski, Minersville, 187.7 feet. Lincoln Huber, Central Columbia, winning the silver over 190, but he's defeated by his arch rival from Danville, Bronson Kranick. Kranick throwing at 215 feet 7 inches, 1, 2, 3, local, local, local. How does it propel each other when you can have a guy like that pushing you to the championship?
It just makes me want to have it more, having someone just as good as me throwing with me the entire year. We've trained together for several years now. Since our sophomore year, we started throwing together. It's been great. Just such a good competition when we're both here.
You know, me and him have gone back and forth forever. Like all 4 years, we've trained together, everything, and it come down to he got it today. I'm proud of him. He works really hard for it. We both work hard for it.
Those dudes that from District 4, they're really good. They've been training hard. They've been throwing far all year, and coming to the meet, they knew they had to get it done. And they did. It feels good to get third, obviously. I mean, be third in the state. It's a good feeling.
Jim Coles, Newswatch 16 Sports, Shippensburg University.
The 2024 Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, managed by Shelley Duncan for the second time, finished the season at 89-60, but missed the International League playoffs. TJ Rumfield played in 114 games, and many players, including Caleb Durbin, Ben Rice, and Carlos Narvaez, made big contributions here in AAA and with the New York Yankees. In Billtown, the Crosscutters called themselves champions of the MLB Draft League with the 5-4 win over Trenton. It's the first title since the 2003 New York Penn League Championship. On the ice, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins finished 3rd in the Atlantic Division during the 2023-2024 season and lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Phantoms. Head coach J.D. Forrest and his staff let go after the season was over. Up next, the Lady Royals success story and their run into the NCAA Division III National Tournament, plus the Nittany Lions wrestling team brings home gold for head coach Cale Sanderson, his 11th in Happy Valley, and all that and more when the Sports Year End returns. Welcome back. Cale Sanderson picked up his 11th national championship with the Penn State men's wrestling team in the 13th in program history. Champions included Levi Haynes, Carter Starachi, Aaron Brooks, and Greg Kirkvliet. Penn State finishing 100 points ahead of second place Cornell. University of Scranton Lady Royals with another fabulous season, making it all the way to the Elite Eight in the Division III women's basketball tournament, losing to NYU. Scranton finished the season 28-3, capturing another landmark conference title, led by Casey Cranzen and her 16 points per game. In boys basketball, a magical season for Holy Cross and head coach Al Clayhouse Jr., taking his Crusaders all the way to the 2A finals in the state, losing to Aliquippa, finishing 24-4. Finishing behind Abington Heights at number 2 in the final Super 16 boys basketball countdown. The Mountain View girls basketball team made a run all the way to the Class A state championship game, losing to Bishop Guilfoyle in the finals and finishing with an overall record of 24-5 on the season. The Scranton Prep Classics also played inside the Giant Center in Hershey in the 4A finals, losing to Blackhawk and finishing with an overall record of 23-6, claiming the trophy as the #1 team in the girls basketball countdown. A legend in the state in District 2, Kenny Bianchi announced his retirement at the end of the high school basketball season. The longtime coach at Abington Heights amassed 613 wins there in 28 seasons and a state title in 2018. Bianchi finished with 894 career wins in his 49 seasons coaching. Wilkes University junior wrestler Cam Butka placed 4th in the 197-pound weight class at the Division III Wrestling Championships back in March. His 4th place finish cemented him as the program's first All-American since 2015, with Butka finishing at 39-4 on the season. Cam Butkup has settled into his 197-pound weight class at Wilkes University. The Colonel Jr. is currently ranked 9th in the country in Division III and has been as high as 6th. Sunday, he picked up a 4-1 win versus Elizabethtown for his 32nd win of the season.
In the past maybe month, my body's really adapted to being 197. I don't find myself cutting any weight. This morning I woke up, I was 3 or 4 pounds under, at home eating a 5-star breakfast right before my match, so it was awesome.
Yeah, he's just the guy that evolves. I mean, he was good coming in. I mean, he's a great wrestler, placed in the state tournament, but he continues to want to improve and add some things, and if we can just get him pulling the trigger all the time on his takedowns, he's going to be hard to beat.
Butka won 102 matches in high school for the West Scranton Invaders and finished 8th in the state in AAA his senior season, wrestling at heavyweight. 3 years later, he's closing in on 100 college wins and looking to peak come March as they head into the regional tournament in Williamsport at Lycoming College.
We have some time to rest now. Postseason's 2 weeks from now, so gonna do what I need to do, practice what I need to practice, and get ready for them.
What makes him most dangerous at 197? To talk about the goals down the road here for him.
Well, he's an all-around package, right? He's a great student. He does everything right, so I think he's not a kid that gives back anything at night, hanging out too late or going out. He studies, he gets good grades, and he's committed to being an All-American and get to the national tournament. So those kind of kids are hard to get, and they're hard to beat.
A senior season is still ahead for Cam and his studies, both priorities in his life. What have you most improved on since high school?
Honestly, I'd say probably my work ethic. It's always been fairly high, but ever since I came to college, I just feel like I keep constantly wanting to improve and wanting to show myself how far I can go. And I feel like every little thing I've done so far just keeps adding, and it makes me want to keep working even harder.
When we come back, see how Caitlin Clark turned the world of college basketball upside down. Plus the Yankees making a deep run in the playoffs all the way to the World Series. That and more in the 2024 Sports Year-Ender. The Philadelphia Phillies season ended in the division series to the New York Mets 3-1. Francisco Lindor, the big 3-run home run in Game 4 to give New York the win. Over in the Bronx, the New York Yankees were playing in the World Series against the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman, the most valuable player, driving in 12 runs in just 5 games, hitting home runs in each of the first 4 games of the series, picking up their 8th World Series title. Caitlin Clark put women's college basketball on her shoulders and carried it all season with the highest ratings in the history of the sport, first with Iowa and the Hawkeyes making it to the College Basketball National Championship game, falling to South Carolina, then Clark the #1 overall pick in the WNBA draft for the Indiana Fever, increasing ratings across the league with her play and presence. When we come back, we show you the former Central Columbia Blue Jay that went in the first round of the NFL draft back in April, plus the high school football teams that made deep runs in the playoffs, that and more when the 2024 Sports Year-Ender continues. The LA Rams picked Jared Verse out of Florida State in the April 2024 NFL Draft. Verse played his high school football at Central Columbia for the Blue Jays before finishing up his college career with the 13-1 Seminoles. Troy was our #1 team in the Super 16 football countdown. The Trojans defeated Riverside in the 2A state semis to improve to 15-0 on the season, then beat Central Clarion in the state final 25-24. This was the best season in Troy football history, and for Coach Smith, putting the Trojans on the state map in Bradford County. The Danville Ironman season came to an end in the 3A state quarters after the 31-14 loss to Northwestern Lehigh. Madden Patrick, Bo Sheptock, and a host of other players put together one of the best seasons in school history and set many records along the way. Susquehanna made a run in the postseason for football, beating Hobart and St. John's, Minnesota in consecutive weeks to make it to the NCAA quarterfinals, one of the last 8 teams left in the country. Penn State lost to Oregon in the Big Ten championship game at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. The Lions finished the regular season at 11-2 and faced SMU in the first round of the NCAA college football playoffs. And the finale of all finales, here's James Pennington breaking it all down with this special video tribute. Take it away. It's been a great 2024. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to Courtney Harrison, Eve Hernandez, and always Jim Coles. We look forward to 2025 and more national and local sports. Thanks for joining us here on Newswatch 16, and make it a great day.